Okay, hello there, my loves. Welcome back. It's time for another book haul. Can you believe it? Yes, I've got about 8 or 9 books to show you today. I've got many more actually, but I'm not going to turf them out. I'm going to ration them because I'm trying not to buy so many at the moment. But you all know that, don't you? Anyway, let's get down to the satanic table and let's begin. Yes, here we are. Right, yes, as ever, we have the satanic candle. We have the satanic mushrooms. We have a satanic, I don't know what this would be really, a Hina doll, I think they're called. Then we've also got a little stubby, tiny little beer here today, my loves. Saint Bertin, or Bertin, I'm not sure, imported premium lager from Le France. There we go, lovely. Right, I had some of this the other day. It's quite cheap. It's from Lidl. You get about 8 of the devils for £3. You can't bloody shake a rat's tail to that. That's not even a term, but there we are. Not bad. Not bad. It's lager. Not a great deal of flavour, but it goes straight to your tits. Right, let's begin, my loves. Right, this is the first one today. We've got a Larry Niven here. Limits. So yes, I haven't read much Niven. The Harriet series, Legacy of Harriet, perhaps about the colonization of another world. Also Destiny's Road, sorry. And also The Patchwork Girl. I've read one of his early ones. That's all I've read. Limits. Now this appears to be a collection of short stories. But quite a cracking cover there. We've got a young lady there just showing the very nub of her bottom. Some kind of space age contraption there with a turbine on the front of the fucker for no reason. We've got an alien entity here that appears to be the cross of an ant and a fucking horse and various other things. And look, she's had her bloody head shaved and she's got some wires sticking out of her fucking skull. Lovely. Not bad condition. I got this from a used book shop in Exeter called Free Cycle. They have a free book limit. You're only allowed to buy 3 books at a time, and this is one of the devils. So yeah, we've got a few here. So we've got Limits, The Lion in His Attic, Table Manners, A Teardrop Falls, Yet Another Modest Proposal. Okay. Yeah, I've never read the Ringworld books. I tried it once and I didn't like it, but I didn't get that far into it, so it's probably a cracker. I've heard good things about it, of course. Yeah, nice cover image. I won't read all of these blurbs, but let's just pick one at random. A Teardrop Falls. In his youth, Hilary Gage has fought men and studied the ravages of berserkers. As a machine, he terraformed planets and lay in wait. Okay, there we are. That's all they're giving you there. Tantalising glimpse. Okay, inside it's pretty tickety-boo. Not much going on. No daubings anywhere. Oh, there's the bells. Right on time, my loves. Right, this edition, 1986. Pretty good condition for that year. Being in a bookshop and all. Anyway, cast your eyes over that cover. See if you can make head or tail of it. And I'll sniff the devil. Wood! Let's begin with a bit of wood. Sorry, I'm out of practice again doing this. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. Unfortunately, I've got a bit of a tummy ache. I've had it for a couple of days now. Hopefully it's not an alien gestating, ready to pounce and eat my fucking brain. But anyway, let's crack on, my loves. Okay, well, I got another Larry Niven, Convergent series. That doesn't mean anything to me whatsoever. Quite a nice cover there. I got this in another used, it's a charity shop. And it's of the charity shops on offer in Exeter, this is one of the best ones, and they do have a lot of older stuff. This one cost me £1.25. I think that's because it's pretty Yeah, it's got a lot of foldage going on there, but an interesting image there. Very interesting. You can have a closer look at it in a moment, my loves. Right. Larry Niven at his very best. Convergent series. What the devil can a nice guy messing around in witchcraft do when he succeeds? Think fast before all hell breaks loose. Okay, so these are short stories again. The Nonsuch, or the Nonsuch. Pretty young Doris McCarran was unaware that a hungry, mind-reading, flesh-eating alien was stalking her, and when she found out, it surprised them both in more ways than one. She fucked it. No, I'm sure she doesn't do that. Cruel and unusual. One thing you could say about the Chirpisfra, they knew how to make the punishment fit the crime. Very, very light on detail there, my loves. But I might give these a go. I haven't read any Niven short stories. What the fuck? Look at this. Look at this, my love. Someone has reached for this in a moment of, well, pure barbarism and perhaps to wipe their ass with it. I mean, there's brown daubings here, but it looks like they didn't succeed. I didn't know that. I didn't discover that on the day, my loves. I would have thrown it back in the shopkeeper's face. Right, 1986, this one. Okay, so it's a similar year to the other one, but it hasn't fared so well, this one. But I quite like it. I quite like a book that's been through the ringer. Anyway, check out that cover. See if you can make out what the hell that is. I can't. It looks bloody bonkers. Okay, let's have a sniff. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay, so this one is that old primary school disinfectant from the 1980s. No idea why that occasionally crops up, but it does, my loves. Now, a good cure for a tummy ache, of course, is beer. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, Grandad's peace pipe has been puffed. Motherfucker. Okay, The Men from P.I.G and R.O.B.O.T by Harry Harrison. Okay, so there we are, another Harry Harrison in the mix. Quite a nice cover, actually. We've got a UFO there, a traditional saucer-shaped craft, but an alien landscape, one has to surmise from this. And a chap there wearing quite a fetching set of pyjamas, which I imagine is some attempt at a uniform. What the hell is he carrying there? Is that some kind of gun or is it a microphone? Perhaps it's about karaoke. I don't know. But anyway, it's a Penguin publication, this one. Okay, nice. I like the spine. We've got the little penguin down there, which is always nice to see. Cover illustration by Peter Jones. Come across him before, haven't we, my lads? Pretty sure. Okay, let's get through this one. The men of the patrol are the warriors and the policemen of space, and none have more dangerous assignments than those from the P.I.G and the R.O.B.O.T battalions. The time has come when the patrol is spread too thinly around the galaxy. New planets are constantly being colonized, bringing fresh problems of law enforcement and defense against alien attack. So new solutions are sought, like the setting up of special units called P.I.G and R.O.B.O.T, motherfucker. Units that are self-supporting and equipped to handle even the most dangerous situations. These two stories show Harry Harrison at his best. Fast, inventive and exciting. In the UK, 85 pence. We are slap bang in the 80s, pretty sure. Hello, look at this. We've got something here. Kings Langley, JMI School, Common Lane, Kings Langley, Hertfordshire. I do like seeing a printed stamp in the beginning of a book, my loves. Okay, this book has just got 3 chapters here. It's quite a short yarn. The Graduates, The Man from P.I.G and The Man from R.O.B.O.T. I was completely off here, 1974. I thought that would be the 80s there. Quite nice condition. I don't think this has been read, although there is some creasing here. But I think that's just the way it's been stored, my loves. Anyway, check out that cover. Now I'm going to sniff these pages from 1974. Ooh. Occasionally you can be surprised with a new one. But not today. That's wood! Yes, wood. I've just noticed the view of myself here is pretty shambolic, isn't it, my loves? I should have moved it over a bit. Look at that. That's much better. I'll have to re-record it all now. No, of course I won't do that. Let's have a bit of sip of beer. Barely any flavour whatsoever, but for £3.60 or whatever it was, it's not too bad. I was going to make a joke then about the French, but I'm not going to do that. No, of course not. That would have been very naughty. The French know how to make beer. Anyway, right, the Delikon. Now, again, I got this in the same bookshop as the charity bookshop that I got one of the Nivens. Did I? I can't remember. Fuck it. Right, a futuristic story full of excitement and suspense. H.M. Hoover. Is that part of the Hoover dynasty? I don't know. Quite a distinctive name. The cover is quite nice, I must say. A very long neck on this young lady here. Far too long, in fact. Perhaps that's part of the story. Her neck is so long, it's interested the attentions of this quite fucked-looking robot, it must be said. Or is it some kind of deep-sea diving suit? I don't know. Published by Magnet. And we've got some kind of marbling effect in the background, quite nice. Okay, the spine looks okay. And we've got a nice magnet there. This cost me £1.50. Yeah, same bookshop. Or same fucking whatever it is. Charity shop. 65 pence in the UK. So this is 70s, judging by the last one we saw. But you can never tell, of course. Okay, let's read it. Varina thrust the ball into Jason's hands. I must go. For a moment, her strange cinnamon eyes scanned first Jason's face, then Alta's, as if she... Fucking hellhounds out there. Fuck off. As if she had never seen them before and might never see them again. Then she turned and ran down across the lawn. Are you coming back? She heard Jason call, but she couldn't answer because she did not know. When the starship returns for her, Varina, a temporary visitor to Earth from her conquering race, the Delikon, is torn between her loyalties to her two students and the hypnotic call of her own race and its beautiful queen, Sidra. A futuristic story showing a world of exotic beauty and high drama in this exciting, suspense-filled novel. It sounds fucking awful to me, but there we are. I didn't read the blurb when I was in the shop. I just bought the devil. Just because there weren't many vintage science fiction books in there, so I thought I'd just buy all of them. There weren't that many to buy. Okay, we've got various daubings here. Some kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. It's just water damage or a bit of mould, perhaps. Right, we're back in the 70s, 1978. Oh, hello. This is the first edition, my loves. 1979, the year of my birth. For Rosie. Good old Rosie. Nothing else hidden in here. In fact, this shop that I got this one from, they discover stuff inside their books and then they put it on a board to show everyone the stuff they found. I want to find it. I want to find a bloody treasure map or something. Anyway, look at that fucking cover. Check out the size of her neck and weep. Right, I'm going to sniff it. Oh, I mean, that's quite subtle for a book from the 70s, but of course, it's our old family favourite. Motherfucking wood! Sorry, I'm a bit off my tits again tonight. A bit hepped up. It's the first beer I've had today, but you'll have to believe me. I'm just high on life, my loves. That's what I'll say. Now, look at this, fella. The Night of the Triffids by Simon Clarke. Have we somehow found ourselves in an alternate universe where John Wyndham didn't write the, what was it, Day of the Triffids? Fuck. No, it's a spin-off, of course, I think. You will discover in a moment it's dedicated to John Wyndham. Now, look at the size of this fucking Triffid. I mean, it's got this man in its grasp there. It wasn't like that in the book. But anyway, interesting spin-off. I wouldn't mind reading this. Got the bit of the charm of the English, an English village here, perhaps. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. Never heard of it. In the UK, $6.99. That doesn't bode well. When the hell is that from? It might be too modern for my liking, but there we are. I bought it. Right. Of course it was. It was the Day of the Triffids, Wyndham's one. The Day of the Triffids, John Wyndham's extraordinary bestseller, is one of man's description of doomsday. Almost the entire population has become blind and the world has a new master, the monstrous Triffid, planned. The novel ends with its narrator, Bill Mason, leaving the British mainland with his wife and 4-year-old son to join a new colony on the Isle of Wight. Simon Clarke takes up the story 25 years later. In the 29th year since the fall of the old world, David Mason, the now grown-up son of Bill, wakes up one morning to discover that the world has been mysteriously plunged into darkness. The few-sighted people have their artificial lights, but once more the Triffid has the advantage. The fucking Triffid. I'd like to know they've turned the lights out, or turned the sun off. Setting off to seek the cause of the darkness, David finds himself stranded, eventually rescued and taken to New York. He discovers a very different sort of colony, prosperous and technologically advanced, but all is not as it seems. This sophisticated society hides an evil secret, and David is about to come face to face with an old enemy from his father's past. A Triffid? Perhaps. Right. Look at these endorsements of... what's he called again? Simon Clarke. A definite confirmation of this author's growing reputation as one of the top genre novelists around today. Readers will relish Clarke's uncomplicated cocktail of chlorophyll and human blood. Simon Clarke is not an author to let you down. The blood doesn't flow through his text so much as pump arterially into the reader's face. Okay, so he's taken a bit of a gory take on the Triffid yarn. It has creasing on the spine, so some fellow or young lady perhaps has read this. I mean, I think this could be quite amusing. Let's see when it was published. First published in 2001, so yeah, 24 years old. This is, I suppose, considered vintage now, but I consider this far too modern for my liking. I'm sorry, the book isn't in shop half the time, I'm sorry. To the memory of John Wyndham. Okay, so, I might give this a go at some point. But anyway, to cast your eyes over that cover, which isn't too bad, actually. And I'll have a sniff. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's 24 years old, but it does still smell like the parchment used to wrap fish and chips, my loves. Still smells new. Yeah, play those bells, motherfucker. Apologies. Look at this one. The Space Mavericks by Michael Kring. Now, this is the second of the 3 books I was allowed to buy from Book Cycle. I like the colours, the red and the blue predominantly, but I'm not bowled over by it. These spaceships are... they're not Foss, are they, my loves? Okay, the renegade space pilots risk their lives to stay one orbit ahead of the interplanetary police. Okay. Cops and robbers in space, perhaps. Spine is all right. I mean, a lot of the books I buy, they tend to be pretty shagged, and the spines tend to be Very shagged. But this one I quite like. It's nice. It's not been sun damaged. I don't think you could sun damage this one. It's sun damage proof. Right, let's read this one. See what we've got here. From one world to another, transporting valuable cargo between opposing galaxies, Fripp and Con, John but with a K, ran afoul of interplanetary law and found themselves playing cops and robbers as they shuttled desperately from one lost world to another, pursued by the space fleet of the vengeful police. Now, I didn't read this, but see, I've already summed it up just from the cover. Can you believe it, my loves? Their only chance for survival lay on a desolate planet whose inhabitants had mysteriously disappeared, leaving behind traces of an advanced civilization and the secret of regeneration for anyone bold and clever enough to decipher it. United Kingdom 195. This must be in the 80s. Must be. There's no back matter here. Just ends with I laughed. Okay, we've got a pen daubing here. This is probably remained in stock. Yeah, we've got it on the bottom and on the top. Absolute barbaric nonsense. No maps, no banknotes, no used condoms, unfortunately. 1984. Okay, yes. Right, cast your eyes over that cover. Tell me how much you hate it. Ooh. Oh, hello there. This is different. Oh. Yeah, we've had this before. Yeah. Creosote. It's a bastard. When these words come up, if I animate as I normally do when I'm sniffing these things, it means I've got to reanimate a new one, which is a bit of a bugger. But I am true to the cause. I could have just said wood and it would have been easier to edit, but my sniffers detected creosote and that's what I'll damn well put down there, my lads. Okay, next. Bit more beer. We're back on the Wyndham. I know we had that charlatan there, Simon Clark, but this is the real deal, my lads. We got the Kraken Wakes. Now, I love these Penguin editions of the Wyndham collection. I've got a few of them now. I think I've got Chocky and maybe the Chrysalids. I'm not sure. I may only have one of them. I don't know. But I'm trying to collect them because I think they're really wonderfully illustrated there. The Kraken Wakes. I've read this before. About the attack of a sea monster, if I remember rightly. I wasn't that keen on it. Here we go. Yeah, so I may not have any of those. Sometimes I imagine I own books that I don't have. There we are. Yeah, I won't go through the blurb, but yeah, it's about the attack of a sea monster. This appears to be new. I don't think it's ever been read. No, the cover is beautiful. Let's have a look here. So originally published in 55 or 53, 55, something like that. But it doesn't tell me when this bloody one was published. Can you believe that? I can't. But it's got to be very recent. Yeah, because I remember these coming out. £9.99 for a bloody paperback. Can you believe that? I paid £1.50. Cast your eyes over that and I'll sniff it. Yeah. Fish and chips. Bitch. Ugh. It's hard work, this. If I must finish this little stubby bastard. Right, we got a bit of dick. I'm going to flop some dick out. There you go. What about that? Follow my tears, the policeman said. Pretty sure I don't have this. I like the earlier editions, the early covers, but this one does pop. I got this. This was the third book from that bookshop where you can only buy 3 at a time. And I love this cover. I mean, who's this by? It doesn't say, but I recognise that. What's he called? I've got his art book actually. You all know, my loves. Right, first person who comments who this artist is gets something very special. I'll give you a heart. I'll click on that thing, give you a heart. I give everyone that, don't I, my loves? But it's wonderful, lovely, lovely, lovely. I don't think I've read it before. Got a little thing there. Don't know what that is. It's part of the Masterworks series. I've got quite a few of the Masterworks, but this doesn't have the yellow spine, so I'll probably have to burn this. This edition is from... Now, why the devil don't they put the new the republication date down? $7.99. I'm going to say early 2000s, but again, like the previous one, this one hasn't been read, I don't think. The spine is wonderful. Never read this. If you have, is it good? Is it worth reading? It's a very intriguing title. Follow my tears, the policeman said. Quite bonkers, I'm sure. Anyway, cast your eyes over that absolutely beautiful cover, which has a young lady there who's not very happy at all. She has very big hair, 80s style, and we've got this gentleman here, perhaps he looks like a man in his mid-40s, but this is probably the 80s, so he's probably about 23. And he's looking off into the distance with a great big mushroom-shaped fucker in the background. But if you look right back there, we have another young lady wearing some kind of like jodhpurs or something. But look at her leg. It's like it's bending backwards. I don't like that. Nothing. That one doesn't smell. Let down. Okay, that's all the science fiction, but I've got a bonus one. So, in the last charity shop I was in, I found this. It's a bloody Snoopy book, or Charlie Brown book. Slide, Charlie Brown, Slide. I've never read a Snoopy comic before. I've never come across one of these before. But, yeah, I think it looks wonderful. Really wonderful. As soon as I saw it, I thought, I'm having that. £1.50, can't go wrong. It's ripped slightly there. Oh, look at this. Look at all those pages turned over. But if we look at the publication date here, if I can find the fucking... look at that, £3 it was at some point. 1969. So the very year the Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon, this was published. He may have even read this upon his return. I find that wonderful. There we are. It's wonderful. Yes, very nice indeed. Yeah. Tim from Secret Fire Books was telling me about these. Like most American families will have a copy of these. It's kind of an American institution having a Snoopy book about your person. I don't know what the British version of that would be. I don't know really. A Beano. I never read the Beano, but there we are. Let's sniff it anyway. Let's see if it smells like Snoopy. Oh. Ooh. Oh, it's making my head swim a little bit. That smells of soil. Yeah. Smells very soilish. Well, I'll be darned. Isn't that lovely? Might have to start collecting these now. I don't know how many of these there are. I'm thinking perhaps hundreds of the devils. But there we are. That's all of it. That's all of them, my love. That's the last one. Thank you for bearing with me if you have watched this far. I'm slightly off my tits. I don't know why. Sometimes I just get a bit too up, I think. I don't know why. It's not the beer. I think it's the persistent pain in my gutty wats. I'm slightly worried about it. I couldn't sleep last night because of it. Slightly better today, but I think I've picked up a bug of some kind. Yeah, it must be. Anyway, more videos coming down the line. I'm sorry, I've been a bit busy lately. I tell you what, let's change the camera view so you can see more of me. Yeah, so I've been busy working on some artwork, a painting for my brother's upcoming book. So I've done a painting for the cover of it. I just finished it today, so I was quite pleased with that. I've just got one other piece of artwork to do for it, and then all done. But I've got lots of videos waiting in the wings, ones that I want to make. I don't know why I keep tapping the fucking bench, but there we are. So I've got, I must have about 6 books to review now, so I'm going to be flopping those out soon, sequentially, maybe even a few in one video. Can you believe that? I might do that because I've been reading time travel ones, so they're similar in many respects, so we can go through them en masse perhaps. But anyway, let's leave it there. Thank you very much for watching if you have, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio. Rank.